Mike, central banks around the world are beginning to raise interest rates and take away the extraordinary measures that they put in place after the financial crisis. A lot of people here in the U.S. are worried that the Fed's not going to be buying bonds like they were after QE2 runs out June 30th. But a lot of Fed officials, including Governor Janet Yellen from San Francisco, have said that, hey, don't worry about inflation. It's just passing. It's just a food thing. Well, the PPI numbers that came out on Thursday did show that the core was higher than expected, while food and oil, the traditionally volatile parts of the PPI had abated.
Well, John, I think that Yellen, who is considered a moderate among Fed members, I think she's setting us up for QE3 after QE2 expires at the end of June. She thinks that food and energy prices are not going to cause inflation, they're transitory. But in fact, if you look over the last 3 months, the increase in food and energy prices, on a dollar-for-dollar basis, it eats away all the gains made in wages. No, I think we're going to see QE3, and it's going to be just as destructive as QE2 and QE1.
Look, I think Yellen, I don't know if she's got the votes to go that way yet. And Bernanke, I think, being a pretty good student out of, what, MIT, about the Depression, and he knows that there is probably a boundary after which, when you cross it, you know, things will be very, very bad. They are the lender of last resort, the Fed is. They have to have some discipline. And I think Bernanke knows this. A lot of other Fed governors have come out with very hawkish sounding statements saying, you know, the economy is doing pretty well and inflation's percolating. We're going to step back here now.
Well, I think one reason why they're going to have QE3 is they're saying, well, unemployment's still around 9%. But in fact, the financial markets are telling us inflation is here. If you look at the 10-year discount rate, which is the difference between 10-year tips and nominal rates,
right,
it's at its highest level in almost 5 years. So the financial markets are saying inflation is going to pick up.
And keep in mind, tips are indexed to the CPI, and the CPI, as we've noted here before and here today, is a horrible indicator of inflation, just because the basket of goods in that does not represent what you need to buy. If you've got a kid in school, if you've got medical costs, if you drive a car, you can be much higher than the CPI, your cost of living.